Here we go. Here we go. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Like and subscribe button. Tell a friend. Tell a friend. Here we have another crazy story. P. Diddy. I never thought about it until right now. I'm thinking about it right now. I was watching The Breakfast Club, and they say, you know what? P. Diddy is thinking about taking a stand. One individual saying, you know what? He should take the stand. The next individual saying, you know what? He shouldn't take the stand. Think about that. Think about that. Imagine living a good old life, partying like party. Next thing you know, either you have to choose to take the stand or not. What would you do? So here's what's going on with P. Diddy right here. We all know his situation. Well, for those who do not know, allegedly, he's a billionaire. He's been rich since he's been young. They said he's you know what they said. But imagine that, taking a stand. Imagine going behind the bars and you say, you know what? Why did I take a stand? Or imagine you go behind the bars and say, you know what? Why didn't I take the stand? Unfortunately, it's one of those things right there. But for me personally, here we go. Don't forget F Service TV. I'm just talking. That's it. But for me personally, if I was innocent man, I'll definitely take the stand. Imagine that. Imagine trying to throw an innocent man, behind the bars for no reason at all. Unbelievable. I can't talk. But also a lot of individuals say, you know what? Imagine that. Imagine if I was guilty man. Would I take the stand? I don't know. Imagine that. I'm guilty. I'm still taking a stand. Trying to prove my guiltiness. Oh, no, you know what I mean? My innocence. Oh. What did I just say? I don't know. Unbelievable. Taking a stand. I was watching the video, P. Diddy. P. Diddy's one of those individuals, at least in his videos, he's always happy. Imagine always being happy. Imagine that. Boats, yachts in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, in the middle of the world. Imagine that. So P. Diddy went from that to me caught up behind a small little cell where my homeboy Rob is at. Imagine that, my homeboy Rob. Same spot as P. Diddy now. My homeboy Rob is saying, you know what? I'm just talking, that's it, entertainment purposes. That's it. What I'm saying right now is all made up. You know my homeboy Rob's not with P. Diddy. But I'm saying if he was, he'd probably say, P. Diddy, I heard you was out there in the middle of the ocean in that yacht. On that yacht, that mega yacht. P. Diddy say, you know what? I don't want to talk about that right now, Rob. I'm trying to get out of here. Imagine that. Imagine trying to get out of here. It's crazy. I mean, right now we're living in a time, unfortunately. I'm not trying to get biblical. I'm not too much of a religious person because unfortunately I have bad habits. Imagine that. Could you have bad habits and still be a real religious person? In my mind, I don't believe. Let's not get into all that. I'm just talking. That's it. P. Diddy went from being one of the most known individuals, icon in a sense, especially in urban community. He was like I'm not gonna use that word, but he was like an admired person. Imagine that. Imagine being admired. I mean, I'm trying to figure out who want to be like P. Diddy right now. Unfortunately, I mean, do individuals admire you for your person, who you are, or do individuals just admire you for what you have or what you obtain? I don't know. I have to think about it. But right now, P. Diddy is basically, living how could I explain it? I don't want to get too much in details about it, because it would take so long. Plus, also, I don't believe that I would have the luxury of really, saying what I truly want to say, if you know what I mean. Here we go up the start, and that's it. But P. Diddy right now, imagine that. Imagine me in a jail cell. They said the jail cell is pretty small. But one thing I do know, if you do go behind the bars, imagine going behind the bars. And they say, you know what? No bail. You can't get out. I do know this right here. That must be a serious situation. Imagine that. Imagine a serious situation. I'm just talking. That's it. But P. Diddy right now is in a serious situation. I mean, I was watching those P. Diddy videos. He was dancing, having a good old time. Da 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 da. And I was saying, wow, this man is so happy. I've never seen a person so happy before. I mean, I'm happy. I'm a happy person. But he's happy times 10. Da 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 da. It's crazy. I mean, at the end of the day, if P. Diddy did anything that he was accused of doing, and if P. Diddy ended up going behind the bars and he's doing time already. Imagine doing time already. Imagine that. P. Diddy's already been behind the bars longer than I've ever been behind the bars since consecutively. You know what I mean? I spent a little weekend here, weekend there. You know what I mean? A few days here, a few days. You know what I'm saying? But P. Diddy's probably been there for about 2 weeks. Now imagine that. Time's going by fast. Going on 3 weeks. Imagine that. Time's going by fast. So right now, P. Diddy is basically, until next time, F Service TV, tell a friend. Don't forget, I see him do it. They say cry on the pain. That's right. I don't know. Unbelievable. Imagine that. P. Diddy's no longer in that mansion. P. Diddy's in that little place. Little small jail cell. P. Diddy saying, you know, right now, why didn't, I mean, I never thought about it until right now. P. Diddy being a young, successful man. A lot of women was, you know, was also, you know, might have been into him or not, maybe. Of course, why not? He was successful. I never thought about it until right now. P. Diddy never got married. I don't know if he ever had a wife. Imagine that. Imagine having a wife. She could pay you a visit. Hang out with her behind the bars. P. Diddy don't have a wife right now. Hang out with him behind the bars. P. Diddy only had girlfriends and baby mothers. Imagine that. Just a regular black, or just a regular person with money. Well, take that back. But you know what I mean. I wonder why P. Diddy never got married. I have no idea. Imagine that. P. Diddy was just out there partying. I mean, maybe P. Diddy needed to be where he is right now because he's getting older. I mean, the last time I saw an interview of him, I think he said he was about 56 years old. If he's 56 years old, you might as well say, you know what? I'm 66 years old. Because if you have the luxury of being get a chance to be 56 years old, you realize how fast time goes by. Poof, 1 year, just 2 years. You know what I mean? P. Diddy was 56 years old, an unmarried man. Was he trying to be like Hugh Hefner? I don't know. Or was he just, you know, living his life doing his own thing? Imagine that. Imagine P. Diddy had a wife. Most married men, they know their wives could get kind of, how can I say it? They can kind of take control over a time. Imagine that. Imagine a wife taking control. And they say, you know what? No, you're not going to that part. No. You got to get up early tomorrow. We got to do something. Imagine that. You can't party tonight. You can't go out. You ain't hanging out. Imagine that. Imagine P. Diddy had a wife, a mini boss. Imagine that. Become a mega boss over time. Imagine that. I'm just talking, that's it, entertainment purposes. Not saying like a female is, you know, is bossy, but they're very sometimes wiser than you are. Imagine that. A better decision maker. Because all you want to do is party. You don't want to go to sleep. So maybe if Diddy have gotten married, he probably would have had some type of discipline and self-control. But instead, he was out there hanging out with females younger than him. I don't think P. Diddy was hanging out with females his age. I don't know. I wasn't hanging around him. I wasn't around him. But I just thought about it. Why P. Diddy never got married? If P. Diddy probably would have gotten married, he probably would have had more structure. P. Diddy, where you going? No, you ain't partying tonight. You what? Movie night. Imagine that. Movie night. No clubbing. Da 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 da. Either way, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just talking nonsense. But either way, P. Diddy, they say he's in jail right now. He wants to put up $50 million. Imagine that. They said most time bails is like 10%. So what's 10% of $50 million? I don't know. I never went to school. I'm lying. I went to school. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. You know what I mean? But what is 10% of $50 million? Let's do the math. 10% of $1 million would be $100,000. So 10%. What did I just say? I said 100,000. I said okay. I said 100,000. So 100,000. 100,000 for every million. Okay. So 10 million would be 1 million. Okay. And 20 million would be 2 million, if you know what I mean. 10%. Imagine that. P. Diddy only put $5 million. Imagine that. Poor people. I mean, I said poor people because I'm poor people. It must be a joke. Do P. Diddy really want to only put a $5 million to get out of jail? You would think P. Diddy would say, you know what? I'm going to put up $1 billion. And 10% of $1 billion would be $100,000. I mean, $100 million. Then they'd probably say, you know what? Okay, he's serious now. Okay, he's trying to get out. He's really trying to get out. Okay. Imagine that. Imagine trying to get out. P. Diddy say, you know what? Imagine that. Negotiating. We try and get out. I'm just talking, that's it. I'm talking nothing but nonsense. That's all I know. Don't forget this for entertainment purposes. F Service TV, tell a friend. Don't forget this at Crime on Pay. I see him do it. Unbelievable.